everybody and welcome back to the channel Football Club Barcelona Nation. I hope everyone is fine. So in today's video we are going to talk about the match between Barcelona and Las Palmas, and I'm also going to be talking about the Champions League. We have the draw and now we know who we will be facing in the round of 16. So let's get into it. So I'll start with the Champions League draw. Here is the final draw for the race to the Champions League. We're on the right side and Liverpool will be on the left side. So our possible opponents were PSG and Benfica. We faced Benfica again. We remember the 5-4. That was the most extraordinary game we have seen. And on the other side, Dortmund will be facing Lille. And should we be through, there are possibilities we can face either Dortmund or Lille. Then on the lower side, we can see Bayern Munich and Leverkusen. And Feyenoord against Inter. So another possibility for the semi-finals will be against the Bayern teams or either Inter or Feyenoord. And now on the right side, here is more interesting. We have Liverpool against PSG, Aston Villa against Club Brugge. And then on the lower side, we have the Madrid derby, Real against Atleti, and PSV against Arsenal. So the only time we can face Real Madrid is when both teams reach to the finals. And now talking about the Benfica game, in the domestic league, they have changed the timetable. So before this game, Benfica will have 1 week of rest before the game. We'll be having only 2 days, which for me, I see it as an advantage to us to keep the rhythm and the momentum. And looking at this road to the Champions League, I can say we are on an easy route. I don't know whether that will make sense, but not any team is easy. We all remember the Benfica game, so it will be a repeat. We need to start strong in that game and ensure that we are at 100% level to compete and win the Champions League. And now coming to the game, it's Barca vs Las Palmas. So before even going to this game, we have 7 games in 22 days. So basically an average of a game in every 3 days. So this is another tough match away at the Canary Island. And when we look at Las Palmas, our last 5 games, we have 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Apparently this 1 loss is the most recent game. We remember the 2-1 loss. In that game, we really struggled and our offside was breached. We thought Rafinha had saved us 1 point, and a few minutes later, we were 2-1 down. Iñaki Peña was in goal, so this is going to be a totally different game, which now brings us to the squad list. As you can see, Ansu Fati is again out of the squad list. Just to highlight that, in the case of Iñaki Peña, he's always in the squad list, but he doesn't play. It's a difficult time for Ansu, and we hope that he will bounce back. And now going to my final predictions. In goal, I will go with Chesney. Maybe this was Iñaki Peña's time. But looking at the table, which we'll discuss after this lineup, we should not change a lot in our team, more so concerning the goalkeeping role. In the back, Kunde, Arao, Inigo, and Balde. So I see Kubasi being rested for this game. Inigo coming in with Arao and going with our strongest fullbacks, Kunde and Balde. So this is a very strong back four which can handle the game. In the midfield, I'll go with Pedri, Quesado, and Olmo in the 10 role. So I think Quesado will come back to the lineup and some rest for Frankie. And then in the 10 role, I think Olmo will come in from the start. Maybe Famin, but based on what we saw from Olmo's qualities in the previous game, I will choose him over Famin and Gavi. I think Gavi will have a rest. Maybe Famin to come in the second half. Then up front, I will not change anything. Yamal, Rafinha and Lewandowski. So these are strong starting 11 which can kill the game. And when we do so, we can make several changes. As we had said before, we have 7 games in the next 22 days. So we will need rotations. So concerning Olmo, Flick said we are taking precautions on him and we have plans for him, the same as we had on Pedri. But I still think he is available to start, make a key impact and maybe get subbed in the 60th minute. Which now brings us to the standings. So we are the current La Liga leaders with 51 points, but we are tied with Real Madrid. We had discussed this before. Atleti are with 50 points, so just a point above us, which now makes this game to feel like a final. We need the 3 points to set up the pace and also not to mess. In order to remain at this position, we will need 3 points in every game. So from now onwards, every game feels like a final. We need to get maximum points in every game so as to remain at the top. Athletic are also 4th with 45 points. So the title race is on. We need to set the standard today with 3 points. And let's see how the team will handle this. Las Palmas are currently 17th with just 23 points out of the 24 games played. But we know these teams, they're fighting against the relegation zone and they usually give us lots of headache. So this is a good example. They beat us in our previous game in November, 2-1. So let's start strong. Let's revenge. Let's get the 3 points. Visca El Barça. I'll see you after the game with all the match reactions, in which I hope we will get the 3 points again and set the pace in the La Liga. Let's go for it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.